I'm taking a strap. I'm strapped up.
What's happening? What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 198 of the SZN podcast. I'm your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And as always, guys, please head over to our Instagram page, SZN Podcast, and our Twitter page, SZN Pod. We're available on all good streaming platforms, so just make sure you hit the URL on those platforms there, and I'll take you to where we're situated at streaming-wise. So please do us a favor, guys. Do that for us. Give us a like, subscribe, a follow, whatever you fancy, guys. Retweet. We'd like to connect with all you guys. So make sure you do that, please, for us. Thank you. Flowz, how have you been? It's been a long week. You good?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. How you saying?
Yep, all good. Thank you. All good. Yeah, man, Flowz, this episode is going to be dedicated to the roundup of the Matchroom Queensberry 5v5. That's it, pure and simple. We ain't got nothing to distract us for next week in terms of further fights, upcoming fights, really. Nothing of note. So I really want to sink our teeth into breaking down that 5v5 because what a night, Flowz. Good night's worth of boxing. We got our money's worth, I think. And Flowz, it's rare, right? I mean, boxing is an unpredictable sport. But we feel like we're very well versed, we're very knowledgeable of the sport, and we know when we're giving our predictions and stuff, they're usually based on our knowledge and just good things, so just what we know in the sport, right?
Yeah.
So it's funny because I predicted the 3-2 win for Queensberry. You predicted the 3-2 win for Matchroom.
Mm.
Queensberry did win, but it's safe to say, Flo, is that our predictions completely blew out the water.
Yeah.
Because Queensberry have killed Matchroom. Flowz. They've won every single fight, 5-0 in fights, and by the scoring system of the 5v5, they actually won 10-0 because they got a couple of knockouts in there, captain knockout, double points, everything's there. Flowz, Matchroom have had a stinker. Swept. Clean sweep, Flowz. And we didn't see it coming. Let's be real. We didn't see it coming.
Nah.
Just quite incredible, right, Flowz?
Yeah. A few upsets on the cards. Some disappointing performances.
Mm-hmm.
But all in all, a great event, man. A super exciting event. From top to bottom. Brilliant stuff. So we can this match, we've obviously the competition. But all in all, I think boxing won. I think that's fair to say. Boxing won. Matchroom obviously held a drubbing, but the fighters walked away with bread. The profile of the sport's bigger. The people on the card, turkeys singing their praises. It all in all, I thought everyone won. If that's fair to say. Obviously, Queensberry, the big winners, but all in all, man, it was a brilliant event, man.
Yeah. Even though I know, obviously, given how competitive Eddie is and how he wants to be the best, obviously him losing to Frank in this fashion would hurt him. I guess the boxing man in him would have been just super happy that one, it was a very successful card. Two, the fights were good. And overall, boxing won, despite Queensberry winning. And Queensberry walking away £3 million richer, courtesy of His Excellency. Boxing won overall. So it was a great card, Flowz, and I enjoyed the night. It's only right, Flowz, that we take listeners through the card from top to bottom. Let's get into the fights because, as we said, Flowz, there were some very, very surprising results, Flowz. Very, very surprising. Let's start from the ground up, Flowz, and build the way up. So it makes sense to start from Craig Richards versus Willie Hutchinson.
Yeah,
that's the first one. That's the first port of call, a couple call in that, Flowz. And to be honest, this set the tone for the night, Flowz, because out of all the fights, I think this is one of the ones where I was super confident, right, Flowz, that it's going to be a Matchroom dub. I think you two as well, very confident that you think Craig, obviously we did say it's 50-50, all these fights.
Yeah,
but out of all the
50-50s,
50-50s, I think this is the one where I was quite confident that, Craig Richards is my man for this one. He's got this.
Yeah.
You was the same. We both rate Spider, Flowz. Wow. Flowz, I think it definitely is probably the worst performance I've seen in Craig Richards' career. From the first round to the 12th round, Flowz. He got treated by Willie Hutchinson. let's keep it a buck, Flowz. It wasn't a good performance. To me, Flowz, he looked old in there. He looked surprisingly tentative and gun shy. Didn't want to throw his right hand. And he had I think the second half of the fight, because Willie Hutchinson is someone that hasn't gone 12 before. I think the furthest up until Saturday was the furthest he got to was like 7 rounds. So we kind of expected him to slow down in the second half. But even then, Craig didn't really capitalize enough, Flowz. He tried to apply pressure a little bit, but he didn't really capitalize as he should have. And Willie Hutchinson walked away with a comfortable Flowz UD win. Comfy.
Yeah.
Well-deserved Flowz. I don't know what happened to Craig, Flowz. Is it age, or just was Willie's... I feel like his explosiveness, Flowz, and his speed was just troubling Craig from the off. I don't think he expected him to be that explosive, Flowz. And he just looked a lot more younger and fresher to me.
Yeah, even from the get-go, Willie looked bigger for me. I think he just outskilled Craig. Look, Craig fights should I say Craig fights the level of his opposition usually?
Yeah, I know why you say that.
You know what I mean? He's always in a close fight.
Yeah. Until Saturday,
yeah,
Flowz. That wasn't close.
Yeah. But this one, well, the first half wasn't close at all.
Yeah.
It wasn't. Willie, I think the switching from Willie was confusing him. Which is switching usually. I'm not a fan of people who switch it and aren't good at it, because that's the way to do it. But it was working on Craig. It was confusing in the jab, the explosiveness, like you say. He was getting inside on Spider, and he was able to get out quicker than Spider could react. Spider was reacting rather than timing, if that makes sense. He was trying to react to what Willie was doing rather than trying to time him. He wasn't applying pressure because the jab was keeping him at bay. The explosiveness was keeping him at bay. I thought he would step on the gas and try to close the distance on Hutchinson a bit sooner. That didn't come until later. And at that point, even then,
too late.
It was too late. And even then, Hutchinson was flexing in there at points. He was making him miss. He was making him miss. He was hitting him clean. It was, yeah. And so if not for fatigue, Hutchinson could have run away with it.
Facts.
The
only reason Craig got a bit close, if you want to call it close, Flowz, was because Hutchinson slowed down dramatically towards, let's say, the 10th, 11th, 9th, 10th, 11th rounds, which is where Craig had his best success. Purely off fatigue. He's not been there before. And I know you want to speak on it, Flowz, obviously, because I know you was calling for a big 12th round for Craig, because we were saying, you know what? If he applies enough pressure here, Hutchinson looks out on his feet. Go, on the 12th. You never know. You're behind, and you might be able to stop him due to fatigue. But obviously, what transpired in that 12th round, I know you was disgusted, Flowz. You was not happy with that 10th round at all. You were calling him saying, as if you did that.
I couldn't believe my eyes. I couldn't believe. It's like, for me, look, the truth is, Spider was knackered. He was tired. He was spent as well, because he'd been chasing the fight. He was trying to apply pressure, and he'd been getting caught with big shots as well while he's been trying to apply pressure. He too was eating shots, even though he was landing some as well. He was eating big shots. Comes to the 12th round now. You're chasing the fight. You've applied pressure. I wanted him to go out on his shield. I wanted to leave everything in the ring, and he simply took the 12th round off. It's almost like he didn't want to get stopped. He didn't apply any pressure. When he went back to flexing, showboating, how you letting him Ali shuffle? Was it in the 12th round he Ali shuffled? Yeah, insane. I don't think Craig threw a punch, didn't apply pressure. So I was disappointed in Craig. I thought he would give him hell that 12th round, and he simply didn't.
I mean, so we got to ask the questions. We got to ask the hard questions. So like I said earlier, he looked old in there, Flowz. Is this fatigue catching up to him? When did he last fight? I think maybe a year ago. His last fight would have been... What was his last opponent? Let me check. 1 second, I'm just getting up now. He's 34 now. Boris Creighton. Actually, no, that was earlier this year, to be fair. Okay, fair enough. Okay. But before that, Flowz, he didn't fight since 2002. So,
Boatsy.
yes, Boatsy. So he didn't fight
Wow.
at all in 2023. So he took a whole year off and he's fought twice now this year. But did that year layoff in 2023, has that contributed to a bit of a decline, Flowz? We did say how, as an older fighter, staying active is the way you're going to stay sharp, potentially. But yeah, man, he didn't look good in there, Flowz. And it might be a age thing, Flowz. It might be a ring rust thing. I don't know. But ultimately, the talk that he was saying beforehand in the build-up, saying that he's a class above Woody Hutchinson and he's going to school him, Hutchinson looked like the guy that was class above to Craig. And the reason we picked Craig to win this, Flowz, is because we believed in that class. He's someone that's fought Boatsy, he's fought Bivol, and he did good in those fights. So he's fought at a much higher level. This is the highest level Woody Hutchinson's ever operated in. And he didn't look like the moment was too big for him, to be honest, Flowz. He looked calm.
Yeah, it's. And look, I don't want to take too much away from Woody Hutchinson. I want to give him full credit.
Yeah, he was good. He was good.
He was more skillful. He was more explosive. Yeah. His ring generalship was better.
IQ was better. Yeah.
IQ was better. Yeah. So I'll give him full credit. Maybe we underestimated him as well. I
admit to it. Yeah.
Craig certainly underestimated him.
Yeah.
I feel because he was talking like he was going to do him something. The whole preamble, obviously, don't really want to get into that, but whatever. They had their back and forth of words. And you were talking quad and he smoked you. Now look, could be age for Craig because we've never seen him get handled that convincingly.
Yeah.
We simply haven't. Maybe it's ring rust or maybe Hutchinson's the truth.
Do you think it's the truth, Flowz? Because obviously, I mean, this is a marquee win for him and he's announced himself at a certain level now. And we can see now fast forward, obviously, what's the talk of the town now in terms of the WBO have ordered him to fight Boatsy now for the interim belt. That's coming today. There was talk saying, Hutchinson should fight Ben Whittaker. He's now got himself in position. It looks like he could potentially be fighting Boatsy. Let's say that. Flowz, off that performance, do you think Hutchinson is the truth, as you say?
It's funny.
I would say this: he's quite the character, Flowz. He is definitely the character. Like, just if you saw him in the preamble, the way he was talking, the way he boxes as well, Flowz. He's got a bit of Billy Joe to him, a little bit when he gets into his rhythm and stuff. You can tell that I think he's one gypsy. I think he's. I know he's trained with Billy Joe as well. I can see the comparison a little bit. But yeah, what do you think of him going forward, Flowz?
I think he certainly deserves respect. Look, he's good. I've not rated him. I've rated him. We said this was a 50-50. We just didn't feel we had the experience. Now, look, sometimes you never know how good someone is until they show you how good they are. And
facts.
Obviously, he was at the weight below before. We've seen him get stopped, being a bit showboaty, a bit lax. Now, I don't think he can afford to do that against Boatsy. I think Boatsy will stick it on him. But look, it's not going to be a walk in the park for Boatsy, certainly. I can tell you now. Boatsy ain't going to roll through him. I think he's going to give Boatsy problems as well. And look, he could be the truth. He just has to keep showing it. Beating Spider certainly puts him on the map because Spider's a good benchmark to beat. Shows that you're a level above domestic level, I think, if you're beating Spider. So look, he keeps doing what he's doing. Certainly could be the truth. Yeah,
for sure. Okay. I mean, for me, Flowz, I don't want to call it the truth. I need to see more, but it's a good start from him. I mean, in terms of getting that win, that's a good step. But I do need to see more from him to see if I can gauge whether or not he's the truth. But we're aware of him, Flowz. He was I think he was officially Scotland's most decorated amateur fighter, like officially. So his amateur pedigree is serious. That loss he had a couple of years ago to Lennox Clark was a bit of a shocker. He wasn't meant to take a loss there. So it's good to see him bounce back with this, career-defining win.
Look, it puts him in the mix.
Show me more. Show me more. That's it.
It certainly puts him in the mix now, because we know that division at British level, where we talk about the big names, Yard, Boatsi, all of them. Now look, he's right there in the mix now, right there. A couple of man have taken losses. Spiders maybe not in the mix as such anymore. Dan Aziz took an L. But now he's put himself right in the hat as well. Sad thing is there's 2 Russians in that division who simply no one's beaten.
Still haven't got it on, but soon come.
But look, they're getting old as well, so who knows?
Facts. Yeah. Well done, Willie Hutchinson. Big win for you. You've announced yourself nicely. Craig, I mean, maybe him fighting Aziz or something. Has he fought Aziz yet? I don't think he has.
No, he hasn't.
They could probably make that next. The loser will have to I think the loser of that one, which possibly could be Richards, Flowz. I think that might be it. I'm not being harsh, by the way. I'm just saying. But 34 now, he is Flowz. He's had a good run. I mean, look, we've always rated Craig on this, but we've always given this flowers. Very underrated boxer, I feel like, domestically anyways. But at 34, I don't think he's got much left. But we'll see. It's a funny sport. Bounce backs happen all the time. But well done, Willie Hutchinson. Cool. Flowz, let's move on to the next fight then. Willie Ball, Ray Ford. This was the fight, Flowz, that was the hardest for me to call.
Wait, what did you call my man?
Huh?
What did you just call my man?
Oh, Nick Ball. So I said Willie Ball. Flipping. No, hey, yo.
I need to confirm what you just said.
That's crazy. Nick Ball. Flipping. No. Nick Ball versus Ray Ford, Flowz. Ray Ford being the champion, Nick Ball challenging, back-to-back challenges for a title. As I was saying, Flowz, this was the hardest one to call on the night for me. This was so difficult to call. And obviously last week, I went the way of Nick Ball. This is the only deviation. Last week, you said you think Ray Ford's going to take it. Flowz, just how tough it was to call, we knew it was going to be a tough fight. And this was the closest fight of the night. Yeah. Easily. Flipping close, Flowz. Nick Ball, a clash of styles, which we said will make for an amazing fight. Ray Ford being the slicker puncher. Nick Ball being, the high octane pressure, intense pressure fighter. Man, we knew it was going to be fireworks from the jump. It was a great fight to watch, Flowz. And yes, super, super close. Debatable, actually, to be honest, Flowz. Mm-hmm. But in the end, Nick Ball has come away with a split decision win. 115, 113 on 2 other cards. Man, great fight, Flowz. I'm super happy for Nick Ball. We can get into, obviously, the result later. But, Flowz, let's talk about the fight itself and how it went down. Because, obviously, we said Nick Ball's going to come one way. We saw from round 1, Flowz. Straight step into Ray Ford, firing off those combinations. He can only fight in one way, Flowz, and he's very good at doing it in that way. And we said the one that's going to have to make the adjustments, which is what you predicted, Flowz. You said halfway through, probably make those adjustments, was Mr. Ray Ford. For you, Flowz, question for you, should we watch the fight together? Do you think Ray Ford made those adjustments on time?
Oh, no. No.
Okay. Yeah.
I think they came a little too late, way too late. And the adjustments were there to be made earlier on, which was a shame.
Yeah. Do you want to let the listeners know, Flowz, what he should have done or earlier, or what he took a while to do, what he needed to do?
Look, he stayed in the pocket way too long. He was standing there with a high guard in front of Nick Ball, feeling like, okay, I'm gonna beat this guy up. I'm gonna absorb this guy, and I'm gonna deal out more damage than he's gonna deal to me.
Yeah,
that plays into Nick Ball's hands because he's gonna throw them. And he was landing this uppercut all night long through that guard, all night long. Landing that up. And you'd think Ray Ford would make the adjustments after this landed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times at least.
Yeah.
He didn't. He did later on, but he was too busy standing in front of him and then not throwing his hands because he would try to absorb the punches and then land something or land his own work. Nick Ball wasn't giving him that chance.
Flowz, do you know what? I'm going to say killed Ray Ford because it was a close fight and still people had him winning. Like I said, it was split down the middle. I saw a lot of comments saying that the Americans were saying, oh, I gave it to Ford by the 1 round, and other people were saying Nick. So it was split down the middle in terms of who won. But for me, Flowz, on the night, I think I just about gave it to Ball. I think he might have given it to Ford on the night, but doesn't matter anyways. What killed Ford, I think, Flowz, and I'm not killed, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Bravado. I think in terms of pure ego and bravado, Flowz. Because preamble, he was saying, I'm going to go toe-to-toe with him, I'm going to take him, I'm going to knock him out. Flowz, pure bravado. Because there's no reason for you to sit there. And Flowz, did I not call it after the first round? I said it. I said, I don't like what he's doing already. He's waiting too much. Like you said, Flowz, coming forward with a high guard and just chilling there. And yes, a regular fighter can absorb those punches, Flowz, and the guy who's throwing those punches, a normal guy would stop after a while and, catch their breath because they're throwing a bunch of combinations and most of them were blocked. That's not Nick Ball. He's not normal. He's not a normal guy. He will just keep on throwing. And eventually, Flowz, as we said, 1 or 2 will get through. A sneak uppercut here or there, a sneaky hook around the guard. They will all get, not all of them get, a lot of them were blocked, Flowz. He blocks a lot of punches.
Yeah.
But there were still telling punches, especially that uppercut, Flowz, that were getting through. And it's purely because this guy was just waiting. Instead of him to, if you're going to be there in the pocket with him, don't let him get off his work. Throw first. Throw first or get out of there. Which
or
I was
wrap
also
him up.
saying. Or wrap him up. Yeah, we'll do that. He was just chilling next with a high guard. And a guy like Nick Ball, who needs no invitation Flowz to throw punches, is going to tee off on you all night. And he won't stop. That's Nick Ball. He's relentless with the pressure. He just keeps on throwing punches, Flowz. He's a hard, tough man. And, he made the adjustments eventually, Flowz. But as I said, Flowz, as you said, it was too little too late. I was saying it was there for him, Flowz. What you should really be doing, Mr. Ford, is you have this much superior size and reach over this guy, or length, shall I say. As he's coming in, Flowz, jab him or whatever, while sliding backwards. As he's coming in. Jab, as in catch him as he's coming in, whilst like leading backwards or sliding backwards. And, Flowz, that makes it easy for you. And guess what, Flowz? What happened when this guy started winning rounds? He was doing that. That's what got him those rounds towards, obviously, the second half of the fight is when Ford came on strong, Flowz. But that's because he was doing that. He was catching Ball as he was coming in and teeing off on him as he's sliding back because he's got the ability to do that. He can fight on the back foot. He's very skilled. But Flowz, to me, it came too little too late. I was getting a bit frustrated as well watching it, Flowz, because I'm thinking, it's so there for you. It's so clear. So it must be bravado, Flowz. It must be bravado. Him cheering the pocket. And that's a shame. That's a big shame.
Yeah, it was. Look, I think I did give it to Ford on the night. I went, but maybe a draw. I can't remember what I said. I would have been happy with a draw. I would have been happy with. I was happy with the scorecards. Let me say that. I wasn't mad at because the scores were split decision: 115, 113.
Yeah,
2 in favor of Ball, 1 in favor of Ford. Close fight, close rounds, super tight rounds. Because even when Ray Ford was hurting Ball, because he was hurting Ball at points, and when he was having his success, Ball never stopped throwing. Ball never stopped throwing. Even when he was hurt, when he was wobbled, he showed the heart of a lion. That's why I'm kind of happy that he got it. Because he legit showed the heart of a lion and kept throwing. He'll be buzzed, then he would just boom, 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 and he'll keep firing back. And that might have even nicked him a few extra rounds just off the output in rounds he didn't hurt, or he never folded, beating his gloves together, beckoning him, winning still. So, I think if Ford displayed that game plan from round 3, let's say, he made the adjustments in round 3, I think he would have won.
100% Flowz. Yeah, I agree.
I think he would have won because I don't think Ball would have made any adjustments. He would have just come in. And granted, that would have still given Ray Ford help. Yeah. But I think he would have definitely edged it. I think it was too little too late in terms of the judges' minds. Yeah. And I think that 12th round was still too close for comfort. But yeah, great fight, man. And
cracking fight, Flowz. Cracking fight. Hyper competitive as we knew it would be, Flowz. I'm happy for Nick Ball, obviously, Flowz, because obviously what happened the last time in earlier this year. Which card was that? That was the Usyk Fury card, wasn't it? Was it Usyk Fury? No. It was Josh Ringana,
Yeah.
no? Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
It was a Josh Ringana card where he should have got the title there and he was given a draw. So I'm happy that he was able to get a bounce back. And I don't know if some people saying that might have factored into the decision. I don't know. But
yeah,
maybe. I can see it, but at the same time, I can't see it. But it is what it is. But yeah, man, I feel like Ford, that fight was super winnable for him if he had just made that adjustment sooner, which he showed he can do. He did, but it was just a bit too little, too late. And I think he was hell bent on trying to be able to stop this guy. And yeah, he got caught up with the preamble of his words of how he's going to sit in the pocket with him and beat him up and that kind of stuff, which is a shame. To be honest, credit to Ford. Obviously, they were saying, I think Hearn was saying he didn't, he wanted him to move up to 130 after the last fight, after the fight with Uzbek, but he wanted to stay and defend. And to have Nick Ball as your first defense is a tough ass defense. I can't lie. So credit to him. I definitely think he will go up to 130 Flowz and be a champion in that weight class. He's a very good fighter. He impressed me. It's just that, like I said, it just came a bit too late.
Yeah.
But great fight, Flowz. And yeah, as expected, hard to call because it was so close.
Yeah, he'll learn from that, for sure. I wouldn't mind seeing it again, but he's definitely moving up. So
yeah, 100%. He's not going back down. Yeah.
He'll learn from that. It's not all about ego and yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, mega close, Flowz. Cracking fight. Really enjoyed that one. Next up, I think Flowz was the first of the team captains, Hamza Sheeraz versus Ammo Williams. I think it was that fight next, Flowz, and obviously as we know, Flowz with a captain winning is double the points. So we were both confident that Hamza Sheeraz was going to come through this one, despite it being a 50-50. We really rate Hamza. This fight was quite funny in portions, Flowz, because Austin Williams was killing me. Amma was hilarious, Flowz. He came up with the herky-jerky style. And to be honest, Flowz, I think the first round, he troubled Hamza a little bit. I think Hamza was surprised by his speed. Obviously, he had superior speed to Hamza. And the herky-jerky thing was, I think Hamza was struggling to figure out a little bit. Obviously, Ammo being the shorter fighter, he was looking to do his work off it on the inside. So he was getting close to Hamza's chest and really teeing off on the inside, Flowz. And when they wrapped up, Flowz, I know it was killing you. He would be spamming the punches to the body and stuff like that. So yeah, he gave it a good go, Ammo Williams, but I think it's fair to say, Flowz, quite easy. The class of Hamza really, really shone, Flowz, and started to come through. I think maybe after like 3 rounds, he really started to. I can't lie, Flowz, he's beating Ammo up in portions with the jab. The jab is what changed the game for Hamza Sheeraz in that fight, Flowz. He started pinging off that jab, Flowz, and it was a strong, sturdy, stiff jab, Flowz. It was serious. It was coming like power punches. And Ammo was getting hit by the jab constantly. And it got to the point, Flowz, we were saying this is peak because he can't even get on the inside. Like, he needs to get on the inside to work, but the moment he tries to get in, bang, in the face, reset. Bang, in the face, reset. Bang, in the face, reset. The jab was world-class from Hamza on Saturday, Flowz. I really, really rated that jab, Flowz. And that's what started it all off. That's what started the beatdown. Because we're now seeing Ammo's face, I think his right eye or whatever, was basically closed because he's been hitting jabs all night. So it was quite peak.
Yeah, this was an entertaining fight, man. It was funny because I think first round, Ammo's herky-jerky, up and down dipping.
He actually came in Hamza in the first round, didn't he? I think he caught him in the first round. I think
it was second round.
It was the second round. Yeah, he hurt him early. Yeah.
Yeah, second round, he made Hamza's legs wobble a bit, and he tried to jump on him. Hamza recovers. Third round, he starts wobbling. Ammo, hurting Ammo. Then I think fourth round, did the tide change again in the fourth round? I think maybe, and then I think for like the fifth or maybe it was the fourth. Hamza took control with the jab, I was more disappointed in Amo's defense. He kept trying to make changes, make different adjustments. And not all of them were working. He needed to be closer to Hamza, and the jab wasn't letting him. But he wasn't defending against the jab whatsoever.
At all.
He was letting that jab. His guard was too low down. He was letting the jab hit him way too often. Now, obviously, Hamza's got great reach compared to Amo. Huge reach advantage. But he needed to be closer, make it rougher and uglier. Now, I respect Amo because when it came to the latter stages, what round did he get dropped? He got dropped, didn't he?
Yes. It was near the, it was, wait, where did it ended? What, the 11th, did it? It was near the end.
Yeah. It was maybe the 11th it ended. So it would have been like the round before.
Yeah.
Because he started to try and come back into it. He was trying to get closer. He was getting a lot closer. And I think he maybe even hurt Hamza again late on. Before maybe like the 8th or 9th, I think he caught Hamza with a good shot. And tried to jump on him. But then, I think it was a left hook or a right hook that caught him.
Yeah.
And put him down. And Kevin Cunningham was killing me as well, to be fair.
So funny. Killing him. Because he was the one you could hear the most shouting.
Yeah.
To the ring, to the ring.
He was shouting advice.
Man said, get back in there. Man said, get in close. And then what, 11th, I think, obviously, Amo has asked him, what round is this? And and he's obviously said 11th. And he said, oh yeah, am I up? And then Kevin Cunningham just said straight away, you need a knockout to win, brother. Can't lie to you. Told him straight away, you need a knockout to win. And that's when Amo came in the 11th round, charging forward Flowz. And remember, I said, he's going to come in aggressive, he's going to pick apart, he's going to get cooked. And he basically, that 11th round, he just tried to go for it, Flowz. And that's when Hamza obviously him opening him up, just made him food for Hamza to piece him up a little bit and drop him again. And then the referee jumped. Yeah, the referee stopped it, didn't he? I think the referee just, because he beat any counts and stuff. It was just, he was basically taking a lot of punishment. Yeah, so he was taking a lot of punches, unanswered, to be honest, Flowz. And that's when the ref jumped in and was like, okay, no, he's seen enough. So, very good win for Hamza, Flowz. I think it also what impressed me in that fight as well, Flowz. Obviously, the outside game, we knew he was going to be good at, given the fact that he's 6'3" and he's one of the tallest in the division. He's very rangy for the division. But also, Flowz, there were moments in there where he was mixing up inside. And even though that's not his normal game, he showed willingness to sort of rough it and tough it on the inside. And initially, Amo was getting the better of him on the inside. But then towards the end, Flowz, Hamza was doing the better work on the inside and really pieced him up as well. So he showed that he's able to do the outside game and inside game if he has to. So that's what impressed me with the fight, Flowz. But he showed that as we said, the cream rises to the top, Flowz, and his class showed overnight. From round, let's say 4 or 5, he was really in control. That's when he really took control, Flowz, and he was dominant for me, Flowz. Apart from that one time when I think he might have got hurt or buzzed by a random ammo shot, he was in complete control. Really good win, Flowz. And I'm a big fan of Hamza. I think he's a good talent. Again, it's a good win to announce himself in the division. And now it's onwards and upwards. I think he's called for Chris Eubank next, if he's to fight a UK fighter. I'm happy to see that, Flowz, because I know who wins. In my opinion, I think Hamza's going to piece him up. But that's a good fight for the British public, I think. But obviously, apart from that, I think he's highly ranked. I think, did he get an interim belt? I think he got a secondary belt with that win, maybe. Or it was an eliminator. It was a title eliminator. So now he's in contention now for one of the belts. Middleweight, I'm just trying to think which one. I think it's for Adamez. It's the WBC, Flowz. Yeah, it's the WBC. So that's a title that's currently held by Adamez, who's good, by the way, very, very good. But he said if he can't get the Eubank fight, he's happy to go take up the world title fight. Do you think he's ready for a title shot, Flowz? Or do you still think he needs one more?
I'd like to see him have one more before a title shot.
I agree.
But look, like I said before, you're ready when you show us. But yeah, I just feel one more will put him in good stead.
Yeah,
Beating a Eubank Jr. certainly
perfect.
puts him
Perfect
makes
flows.
well. Yeah, I think it just sets it. I wouldn't say it makes him ready because he should be Eubank should be cooked really. Uh, so, but yeah, it puts him in good stead to fight for a belt if he beats a Eubank.
Yeah. I'd like to see it flows, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I feel like Eubank airs that still. I feel like I think Eubank, yeah, I think he avoids that one still. Because then that puts him in the cook category a little bit if if he's losing to up and coming prospects. So yeah, I don't think Eubank's going to be any rush to take that fight, but I do like that fight. I think that sets up nicely. I think it's a good fight stylistically, and it's a good test for Hamza as well. Because Eubank, I don't think Eubank is cooked. Obviously, I'm not the biggest fan of him, but I don't think he's cooked like that. So I still think he still presents a good challenge for Hamza to figure out. But definitely Hamza is a great talent for sure. We can't ignore that. Yeah, let's move on to Flowz. So I think at this point now, so there are 3 fights in, and there was a break in the proceedings from the 5v5. Let's quickly discuss Bivol and Malik Zinad, because obviously we expected Bivol to come through this, quite comfortably, Flowz. And to be fair, Flowz, this is that guy who we've never seen before. He was good. I'm not going to cap Flowz. He was good. He was impressive. He didn't just come to lay down. His style was to try and take center ring Flowz against Bivol, and use his size. I guess he uses jab, and to try and piece Bivol as he comes in. And he caught Bivol a few times. Flowz. I'm not going to deny that, but obviously Bivol's just superior boxing ability. Flowz was always going to drag him through. How many times have we said it, Flowz? Watching Bivol, which is mad because he's a guy that usually has all the disadvantages when it comes to other light heavyweights, Flowz. He's smaller than them, but he's able to attack and defend at the same time somehow. He's able to, attack coming forward and piece you up with combinations whilst not getting hit, whilst coming forward. So it's insane. His footwork, he just puts so much pressure on you with his footwork. It was just brilliant, Flowz. But the big takeaway, Flowz, I think, was just how, with Bivol, if there is a critique for him, Flowz, it's that he's not a killer. And he has, so many times we've seen Bivol batter his opponents from round 1 to 12. And we've said, if you really wanted to, you could have got this guy out of there in 4 rounds. But for some reason, Bivol doesn't like to do that. He likes to, I don't know if it's playing with his food, Flowz, or, I don't know what you want to call it, but we've critiqued him for maybe him not being the killer as he should be. So before this fight started, Flowz, we were saying, yo, it's a long card, Bivol, just get this guy out here in 4, please, or do something. Don't go the full distance with this guy.
Oh.
So it was nice to see, Flowz, that I think it was the 7th round? We've seen Bivol, or was it later than that? I know it was second half.
Yeah. I think it might have been 7th. Yeah, I think you might be right.
I'll just confirm that now. It was indeed the 6th round. 6th round.
Okay, even
6th round.
Yeah.
So, look, it's good to see him stop a guy. That's his first stoppage in ages. He's had 9, I think. People forget, Bivol, in his first 13 fights, Flowz, he had like 11 stoppages. And he's gone on a run of 9 fights with no stoppages. His last stoppage was in 2018. So it was good to see Bivol actually go out there, get his opponent hurt, and stop him. He dropped this guy early on. I can't remember which round it was, Flowz. I don't know if you remember, but he did drop him earlier on.
Yeah, it was first round.
First round, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Dropped him in the first round, and was saying, please, you can get this guy out there. You've shown you can hurt him. And, he got this guy in trouble, and, was able to stop this guy eventually. So seeing him show that instinct was good to see, right, Flowz? Especially not to a guy who is a killer in Beterbiev.
Yeah. I think the last Bivol fight, maybe it was against Lyndon Arthur. After post that fight, I said, look, Bivol could literally just throw his hands enough and the referee will jump in and stop it when he has these guys hurt. But he doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't just let his hands go and get the TKO where the ref jumps in and waves off, because he has them hurt enough and he's a good enough fighter and there's a skill gap the ref will just jump in and stop it. It doesn't even all need to land. Now look, he's dropped this guy in the first round. I called him Zidane. Zinad was really good in there. He impressed me.
Yeah.
He just held center ring.
Yep.
And just threw out that jab. Threw out that
Yep.
jab. Fired it with decent accuracy. Obviously, you're up against one of the hardest people to hit in the game. But he had some success in there. And he showed confidence. He didn't fold. He didn't come to lay down. And he tried to go machine for machine. And that's what
drops in the first round.
Killed him.
In the first round, yeah.
But he was confident. I think that was one mistake, trying to go machine for machine. And the other mistake was he was trying to go, I think, end of the fourth or third round. He kept talking to Bivol in there. And
kept talking to him.
And at the end of one round, he shouted at him and saying something, and they go head to head.
Yep.
And I was like, he's trying to drive Bivol.
Bivol was trying to go to his corner, and he kind of blocked him off and went head to head with him. And like Bivol then sort of like,
Bivol's not going to fold.
We've seen Bivol for, they call him the machine, right, folks? Because he doesn't really show emotion, doesn't really do, He actually showed emotion in there. When this guy tried to goad him, Bivol, his head moved to it, like he did a little
he's not going to fold. He's a fighter, so he's not going to he's not going to fold. Simple as, it's like, what you on, whatever you're on, I'm on. Went back to his corner, and I think this is where that was a mistake from Zinad, because Bivol started upping it. And when he had him hurt in that 6th round, he pounced on him. He got him. Usually Bivol will wait and be patient. He might throw a combination, but then he'll wait and be patient. I don't think it's a case of him playing with his food. I just think he doesn't really want to hurt his man. I think it's just business.
He's a kind boxer.
Yeah, I feel like he lets people off the hook. I certainly let Zinad off the hook. I don't think he's there, because if you speak to him, he says, "Do you want to knock out?" He says he doesn't really care.
Yeah.
He's like, no point, let both of us go home to our families. But I think when Zinad done that, it vexed him, and you saw his celebration afterwards.
He was actually, he showed real emotion. He screamed in the ring. Again, we don't usually see this from Dimitri Bivol. So thank you, Malik Zinad, for getting that beast out of Bivol, because he's going to need it, Flowz. He's going to need it. We know this. The Battered fight has been rescheduled for, I think, October 13th, if I'm not mistaken, Flowz. Let me see if I can find that. Well, His Excellency has confirmed it. It's October sometime, I think it is, Flowz. So he's going to fight Battered for all the marbles. I'm not going to bother asking who you think, because it changes every week, so it doesn't matter. But you can say this, Flowz. Bivol has been active, and that could potentially put him in better stead. But then again, Battered inactivity isn't something Battered is it's not something he's not used to. He's beat up guys being active and fighting once a year, so we'll see. But Bivol has been active, and as we said in this pod, it's good to stay active. But yeah, fingers crossed, Flowz. No more injuries, nothing else. We get that fight in October. That's what we've all been waiting for. Hopefully it comes. But Malik Zinad, Flowz, I want to see him again. Very impressive work from an unknown quantity. I would like to see him again. I want to see him up against some of our Brits as well. I think.
Well, Turkey said it. Turkey said, gave it a shout out, said, you're invited back.
You bring him back for the Battered Bivol card, I think he said. Yeah, he said so. Yeah, good.
Yes, so we'll see him again.
Yeah, for sure. Nice. Let's get back to the 5v5, Flowz. Last 2 fights to cover. The heavyweights, Flowz. This is where the people come out to watch, come out to play for real. Shocker overnight number 2, Flowz. Daniel Dubois, Filip Hrgovic. This is probably the second fight where me and you were like, yeah, this one here, definite matchroom win. For sure. Again, Flowz. This fight was also, I can't lie, this fight was a cracker. This fight was, because from round 1, both of these men are cracking each other hard. As in Hrgovic is landing big bombs on Dubois. Dubois is now coming back landing big bombs on Hrgovic. And I'm just thinking, there's no way in hell this fight goes 12 rounds.
Yeah.
Because the shots these lot are landing and throwing, the lack of defense from both of these guys, it's impossible to go 12. But obviously, I'm there saying, boy, Hrgovic, though, these punches look a bit meaner to me every time. They look a bit cleaner. The way Hrgovic throws his punches, very fluid, not much wasted energy. So imagine my shock flows, yeah? When round two's happened now, Hrgovic is back in the corner and he's breathing heavy. I'm like breathing like a dog. I'm thinking to myself, wow, he's knackered. How? What's going on here?
And look, there was no body shots.
No, but it was all headshots.
They were all head hunted.
I was confused as hell, Flowz, why Hrgovic would look like he was breathing so strongly. And that's when it spiraled out. That's when it spiraled for Hrgovic for me, Flowz. Because, yes, he's still landing at will when he wants to throw. But Daniel Dubois is outworking him, Flowz, and landed him more. So Dubois has taken control of this fight fairly early on for me, Flowz. And you're just seeing Hrgovic wither away, Flowz, slowly and slowly and slowly and slowly. Up until when it finally ended. I can't remember what round it was, where it ended because of cuts. Eighth, yeah. Okay, when the doctor waved it off, which we'll talk about as well. But Daniel Dubois, Flowz, has done it again. He's come away with a massive, massive victory against all odds, to be honest. Because Hrgovic was the favorite, I'm sure. And he was our favorite to win this fight. Everyone else I spoke to, Flowz, about this card said Dubois losing. He's getting knocked out. Hrgovic is the boogeyman of the division. Everyone's scared of him. Boom, 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 boom. We saw how Hrgovic was talking to Smokey in the preamble. Yeah. Drew Dubois out, cussed him out, and said, I beat you up when you were sparring. You had to go to hospital. I'm the best heavyweight here. Doesn't really rate anyone else. He said the only other dangerous guy here is Zhang, and I've already beat him. That's what Hrgovic said. So he's been moving confident, Flowz, and very, very cocky towards how Dubois is basically nothing towards him. And I'm afraid, big man, you're going to have to eat your words in the worst possible fashion, because this guy who you don't rate, and you probably came into the fight, Flowz, a bit too overconfident, has knocked you out, has stopped you. So that is what it is, Flowz, Crazy turn of events, but well done, Daniel Dubois.
Yeah, well, fair play, Daniel, because once again, you've proven the doubt was wrong. I thought the fight was... So first round, I've seen Daniel Dubois eating shots, but what he was very consistent in doing was throwing the jab, Daniel Dubois. Well, more so than Hrgovic. Hrgovic was kind of just piecing him up as he comes in and landing at will, to be honest. But the jab was firing for Daniel Dubois. He was trying to fire it. He kept throwing it. Not all landing, but when he did land, it was bobbing Hrgovic's head back. So I thought the fight was back and forth for the first 4 rounds, maybe. Back and forth. I think I maybe had it 2-2 after 4. Now, Hrgovic started looking knackered, like completely knackered. There wasn't even too much movement from him. He was very relaxed in there. The way he was throwing seemed relaxed. He was looking knackered. And even in that stage, he was still finding success because he was landing. But then he had a round from hell in the 7th, where he was saved by the bell.
Yep.
He took a beating. And Daniel Dubois, while Hrgovic is fading it, fatigue-wise,
getting stronger.
Dubois is getting stronger and stronger. We're actively up in the pressure. Look, I can see your hand.
Because all I'm going to say is, Daniel Dubois is known for fading in fights. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say nothing else. But our history of Dubois, what we know, he tends to fade. But you know what? Yeah.
And maybe need a second woods.
Yeah.
But him and Jerome Miller are cool now, so let me stop.
Wow.
Let me stop. Anyway, back to the fight. Because bro was eating punches and getting strong. Anyway. Nah, I like Daniel. It's good to see him smiling and whatnot. But this is what it is.
It's his dad, bro. I feel like that's the adrenaline rush. His dad on the apron.
Yeah, his dad was right there.
Flowz, it's his dad. Because it's same thing up against Miller, where it looked like he was going fading. His dad's come now and started screaming, and he's got active again. Yeah, so you know what? I think it's his dad. I'm gonna put that to that. It's his dad. Because Flowz, he doesn't listen to Don Charles, by the way. He listens to his dad.
Don Charles said, "Look, this is the me. The one looking outside the ring. He's looking outside the ring.
He doesn't listen. again, this might have to be addressed as well because in the long run, this might not be good because he legit doesn't listen to Don Charles at all. He always listens to his pops, which is hilarious. Anyways, yeah, as you were saying,
too many voices.
Voices
but
in the camp, yeah.
Look, Hrgovic faded completely, but remember the fight was stopped because of the cuts.
Let's talk about the cuts, Flowz.
Yeah.
Because
now, the reason why I mentioned the cuts is simply because Daniel Dubois was flying in with that huge head of his.
Bro.
And the didn't say a word.
Bro. Flowz, I could not believe it. It was so blatant. It was bad. In fact, it was definitely on purpose. It was definitely on purpose.
It was.
Because the first time I was like, oh yeah, second time, But I'm actually seeing Daniel as he's rushing in. Dip his head to do this. And Flowz, he's in there doing this and rubbing it. And his head shape is a mad thing.
He's got the double.
He's got the ankles and that. and Flowz, he's a skinhead, so there's no cushion. It's just hard top. Nah, bro. That head shape is a mazza. That's what caused the cuts, Flowz. Because they said it was a punch. It wasn't that, Flowz. I guarantee it was the headpiece.
Listen, this is what was dodgy for me here. Because at the end of the first cut, the end of the round, we all hear the referee say, clash of heads.
Yes.
Clash of heads. Then maybe middle of the round or maybe the next round. So this is in the corner. So they come out for the next round. I think maybe middle of this round or maybe even the round after. We hear clarification from the commentary saying Robert Smith, who's the head of the British Boxing Board of Control, has confirmed that the cut was from a punch.
Yeah.
Now I'm confused. The referee makes the call, right?
Yes.
Of what it is. The referee's not had footage. He's not watched it back in the middle of the round.
Yeah.
So where did that confusion come from? Why did he say it's a clash of heads? And then all of a sudden we're getting confirmation from the head of boxing, Rob Smith, telling us it's from a punch.
And Flowz, the only time the referee even stopped the fight wasn't even for head. It wasn't even for the catch of head. It wasn't for headbutts.
It wasn't.
It was for the back of the head punch from Hrgovic, apparently.
Yeah.
Remember, we just said, yo, he's going over his head again. Then the referee stopped it straight away. And we thought, oh, finally.
Yeah.
But then the referee's told Daniel to go over there. He's told Hrgovic, not on the back of the head. I said, nah. So you're taking the... Flowz, you remember that? You remember that?
Yep.
So, you're taking the piss. You're taking the absolute piss. They were letting Daniel get away with murder with his head, man. Crazy.
Did it and the second cut
repeatedly
was a headbutt as well.
Yes.
Look, when people land punches that cause cuts, they show us the replay.
Yes.
Did it show us the replay?
Yep.
Look, I think Hrgovic is to blame as well because he didn't complain once. He didn't even complain. He just
way too lax in there. I don't know what I don't. Again, bravado. I feel like again he said, Daniel, I beat him up when he was sparring at 17. I don't rate this guy. I can take him out anytime. Because to be fair to him, he was landing at will, Flowz. It's another thing we're going to talk about. Daniel Dubois' defense, which is still horrible, to be honest. But yeah, he's there probably thinking, I'm landing at will. I'll get him out there. This is the guy who's taken the knee voluntarily. How many times, Flowz? I know you keep the count.
6 knees.
6 knees voluntarily. So he's probably thinking, if I hit him hard enough, he will will. Dubois, this new version of Dubois, Flowz, as you can see, Flowz, doesn't will. He gets stronger. And his dad gives him a shot of adrenaline. So he was gassed. Hrgovic, way too lax in their Flowz, and it cost him. Massively cost him. And all that smack, what makes it peak for Hrgovic, like I said, all that smack talk about how he's the best in the world, the boogeyman. I love it when a fake boogeyman gets exposed. I can't lie, Flowz. It's great. So, yeah, man. Massive missed opportunity for Hrgovic there. Massive missed opportunity to really announce himself as, separate from the rest of these other guys. Because obviously we've got the big three, who to me are clear of everyone else. But we're looking for that next person to step up and be like, okay, look, I'm going to try and step to you guys now. And it's not Daniel Dubois is now in pole position because of Hrgovic being lax. It is what it is. But
he gave up in there, Philip, is the truth.
Yeah.
That I think after the second cut, maybe from like the 6th round, the round before
after that round from hell, he was done.
Yeah. After the round. Yeah, I think after the 6th round, when he was in his corner, he just looked like he couldn't be asked. His corner were talking to him, and he just didn't look like he was responding. His eyes. The second cut was a bad one. He was just sitting there, and then he came out for that 7th round and had a round from hell. And then when he sat down in that corner again, he was like, "Yeah, you might as well stop it,
bro." And to be honest, even the stoppage at first, I thought to myself, "Right, but the cuts that I'm surprised that's been stopped." Obviously, they zoomed in on the second cut now, Flowz, which was one of them was a lot worse than the other. But I'll be so real, Flowz. I've seen fights continue on for more. I've seen fights continue on with worse cuts. I'll be so real. So I was actually a bit surprised that the doctor waved it off, to be honest. But either way, Flowz, I think Hrgovic was on his way to get stopped regardless, because as you said, he'd given up in there, and Dubois was just getting stronger and stronger, and he had the full win behind in his sails. Yeah, man, great win for Daniel Dubois. Which now
close fight, but yeah, Daniel Dubois just
he was in the ascendancy though at the time. Yeah, he went up a gear. And he's put himself in pole position now to fight Anthony Joshua Flowz at Wembley. Anthony Joshua is due to headline the card in Wembley in September, thanks to His Excellency. They said that the winner of this, they wanted the winner of I guess, it's two options really. Obviously, the winner of Zhang or Wilder, or Dubois Hrgovic, which I think was an eliminator anyways for one of the Usyk belts. But now the talk is potentially they could make an all-English clash, because I think His Excellency is trying to put on an all-English card in Wembley. So Anthony Joshua's going to headline that. So it makes sense for him to fight another British heavyweight, and that's Mr. Daniel Dubois. And you know what, Flowz? Dubois earned it. He's earned it. He's bounced back well from the Usyk win. Two big wins for him. The Usyk loss. Two big wins for him, Flowz. He's put himself in pole position. I'm just get this out now, Flowz. If it is AJ, I think Anthony Joshua is going to do Daniel Dubois dirty. He's going to do him so greasy, Flowz.
Yeah.
And do you know why, Flowz? Not because I think Daniel Dubois has tools. He has skills. He's very athletic. He's powerful, as you can see. He hits very hard, strong. But from day one, we've said it, Flowz, this guy gets hit way too easily. His defense is trash. Joe Joyce beat him up with a jab because this guy wouldn't move his head. Hrgovic was landing at will, Flowz. At will, Flowz. And fair what, maybe his chin is strong because he was taking these shots, because they look like big shots. But I know Anthony Joshua is going to land at will, Flowz, and Anthony Joshua is probably the hardest hitter, bar Deontay Wilder, in the heavyweight division. Night, Flowz. That's what I think is going to happen. I'm so sorry, but that's what I think is going to happen.
Yeah, I agree. I think AJ stops Daniel Dubois.
He hasn't tightened up his defense, Flowz, from day one.
No, he hasn't. And look, it worked for him this fight. He walked through those punches. He kept coming. He didn't take a backward step. But you're not going to do that to AJ. You're not going to keep walking forward. Not take a backward step. No way. You're going to get hit with something mean.
Starting mean. He's going to do it greasy. He's going to do it greasy.
And look, you might land as well on AJ, and it might be a case of who lands first. But with your defense, it's likely going to be AJ who lands first.
Facts. Yeah.
So work on that, man.
He has to. One thing I will say he can do clearly, the dark arts, I never see AJ do the head thing. It worked. It worked. Look, Daniel Dubois can get rough if he needs to. That's one thing he probably has over AJ. But yeah, I don't think that's going to be a factor in their fight, Flowz. I just think AJ's going to detonate him quicker because this guy can't defend. It is what it is. But all his fights are exciting, Flowz, because of the fact that he doesn't really defend. So, Dubois, with the Dubois fight, he's going to get hit loads. And he's going to apply a lot of pressure as well. So it's going to see who breaks first. And twice he's broken first. But yeah, we'll see what happens if it is AJ. But yeah, great win, Flowz, again. As he said, it's always good to see him smile. He's always happy. Yeah. And as he said, Flowz, he's ready. I saw his post-fight walk interview back to the thing. I think the interview asked him, okay, is it AJ next? He said, yeah, I'm ready. I'll demolish him. I was like, all right.
You see AJ in the cut in the ring interview. He looked over at AJ. How does AJ next? So, I'm ready. Look, Daniel Dubois happy is one of the best sights of boxing. When he's just smiling and happy, you can't help.
You can't hate him, man. You can't help but feel happy inside as well, right, Flowz? I hear it.
So listen, as he's young as well, so he has youth on his side, and even in his young career, he's faced adversity and bounced back. So look, he's winning people back. The people wrote him off. He's silenced. His resume looks good. He's fought everyone now. He's legit fought everyone. Yeah. Usyk's resume looks even better now, to be fair.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, shout out to Dubois, man. Triple D.
Yeah.
The real Big Daddy.
The real Cool. Let's talk about the final fight of the evening, Flowz.
Your boy.
Your boy, Deontay Wilder versus Zhang, Flowz. Oh man, this fight right here, Flowz. This fight right here. What can we say about this one? I know you've been itching to get to this one, Flowz. This has been a man, boy. First of all, fight, Flowz. I had a feeling this fight was gonna be a stinker.
Mm-hmm.
And the first, was it 4 rounds, Flowz? My gosh, what a stinker this fight was. And you was killing me because you was crying at Deontay Wilder. I don't think it's Deontay Wilder, was doing this thing, right, Flowz, where he was just pouring with the jab like this. He was just pouring with it. He wasn't throwing it, he was just pouring with it, just there. And the right hand would be cocked, but he wouldn't be throwing, he was just pouring the jab, pouring the jab. And you look at his eyes, Flowz. Eyes wide, like a deer, Flowz, like a deer in headlights. Eyes wide, just pouring and not cocking. Scared. And I was looking at you, you was dying. You was dying.
I couldn't believe my eyes were filled with tears, man, because I couldn't believe Wilder was there. Look, let me give Wilder some credit. He's been very good in his career at trying to almost evade getting caught. He's quite good at that. He picks up his feet and gets out of there pretty well.
Yeah.
He's hard to pin down. But he's a terrible boxer. It's crazy how he won an Olympic bronze. Crazy. Because this guy was just there with his hand out. Not throwing a jab, but he was just
not throwing it, just pouring. Just
pouring, positioning, posturing, and not letting go of the right hand.
Flowz, it's his eyes that was killing me, Flowz. Just wide,
I looked
scared.
And frightened. I don't even know. You said like a deer in headlights.
Bro, deer in the headlights, bro. So
his
funny.
Face, like not relaxed at all.
Just jittery. Jittery, yeah.
Nervous in his eyes, and I don't know, man. But look, nothing was happening. I think the first round should be 9-9 round.
Yeah.
It was that bad.
And then Zhang weren't doing much more. I mean, he was just chilling there, really. Like, he himself, I guess him being very wary of the right hand, he was now, I think that nervous disposition of Wilder, Flowz, affected Zhang because he wasn't trying to let his hands go either. So it was a shocking fight, Flowz.
Yeah. I knew Zhang wouldn't do anything that first round. I knew second round, he would step on it a bit.
Yeah.
He let his hands go a bit in that second round.
Yeah.
But my gosh.
Flowz, it only kicked off in 1 round. There was 1 round where it was super exciting. And it was like towards the end of that round. I think, what round did it end? Did it end in the 4th round?
5th round.
So it was 5th. So it was, so was it 5th? So it was a 4th round where, do you remember towards the end of the round, Flowz, they both just gone for it and started swinging.
Yeah.
And I think they missed every shot. But it was the fact that they were trying to throw. They let the hands go in that 1 round, Flowz. And I said, finally, let's go. But you know what, Flowz? All this nonsense was worth it for what we saw in the 5th round. Where Zhang's been like, fight, look, Budness, this guy really is food. And I'm there thinking, Zhang is 4 rounds. To be fair to Zhang, he hadn't thrown much. So the usual Zhang fatigue, 4-round fatigue, wasn't in effect. But I'm there thinking, TikTok, bro, you probably got 2 more rounds left in you. Get this guy out of here. Because don't forget, we both predicted Wilder to lose this.
Yeah.
Even though a lot of people actually thought Wilder would win. And theoretically, I understand why they thought Wilder would win, because Zhang is a 4-round fighter, to be honest. But that 5th round, Flowz, Zhang has finally let his hands go on Wilder, Flowz. And he's caught him with a hook. And Flowz, I jumped up. Because we've seen Wilder spin around. The hook has caught him in such a way, Flowz, that bro spun. He doesn't even know where he's at. He spun the other way. He's faced away from Zhang now. He's done a 12, Flowz. He's 12 around. Because the hook, that's what that hook did to him, Flowz. It made him 12. Zhang, Wilder's now then, I think he's complaining to the referee or remonstrating to the referee. I don't know what he's doing, Flowz. He's shouting at the referee. Meanwhile, Flowz, he's still in the fight. Zhang has rushed in. Boom. Cracked him with that hand, Flowz. And dropped him. Oh my gosh, Flowz. Do you know how badly I was crying? So funny.
Oh, man. Made his head bounce off the campus.
Bro. He has been dropped, Flowz. And it looked like a heavy full, Flowz. We know Zhang can bang for real. And he caught him peach of a shot. It was a free shot, Flowz, because Wilder has turned round now, and Zhang is about to punch him in the face. So
Yeah.
he couldn't defend himself, couldn't do anything, took it flush. He's beat the count now, Flowz. Credit to him. We said Wilder's heart is crazy because I didn't think he'll beat the count, but it's Wilder. He's beat the count now, Flowz. The referee's asked him to walk towards him. He's walked forward, Flowz. His legs are just he's swayed from side to side, and the referee's called it off. Rightfully so.
No.
No. Referee's called it off, Flowz. And immediately we see Deontay Wilder protesting. He's furious. He's angry.
He said, I'm okay.
I'm good. I can continue. Blah, 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 blah. Wilder, you got saved again because the way your legs were and the way Zhang punches, you would have been cooked. Yeah. Flowz, Deontay Wilder, you know what you hear? That meme when I had to show up to my biggest hater's funeral, R.I.P. Bozo. That's what I'm here for, Flowz. It's done. I do not want to see this man in the boxing ring ever, ever, ever again. I know you do because you still want him to fight AJ. I'm not here for that, Flowz. I don't need to see it. He's done. Flowz, it's over. He needs to hang it up. It's done. The Deontay Wilder story, it should be fully closed now, Flowz. It's done.
You see, a while ago, I can't remember when. Maybe it was after the third Fury fight. Or maybe before. Maybe the second one. I said, it's Wilder's power of God. I said that because I maybe asked it in jest. One, because he's had a few hand injuries with his right hand. And he almost seemed to be a bit more gun shy. And the third reason in jest was because Tyson Fury has now got up from your right hand like 6 times. The famous right hand that puts everyone to sleep and shuts down lights. He's gotten up from it 2-3 times now. And I think it's the hand injuries. Power's the last thing to go, but I think he's broken his hand a few times. He had a few hand surgeries. And even when he knocks people, in fights, he complains, I broke my hand in this fight, I broke my hand in this fight. I couldn't throw my right hand. I think the gun shyness and I won't even say the power, because he landed the right hand, but Zhang kind of walked through it. He landed it, I think, 1 round or 2 rounds, but didn't seem to be the same effect. Not like the Hellenius one. So look, I think he's cooked body wise. Because what is he without his right hand?
Trash.
That was his whole thing.
Even with right hand, Flowz, trash.
Yeah, even with it, but it was ace. And he's I only have to be perfect for one second.
Minute, 1 second. That's the one. Yeah, you have to be perfect for 36 minutes. Yeah.
And if that 1 second's gone, you're getting cooked every fight. Joe Parker cooked him. Zhang stopped him. I don't know what he was protesting to the ref for. Like the ref said, "What are you looking at me?" He's over there.
What's it? What you say fuck me for?
They'll protect yourself at all times, bro.
Yep.
And he was there talking to. He done a Stavern, I think. It must have back in the head.
Yeah.
Must have thought something illegal happened to you, but you got caught clean and dropped. So
you reckon, Flowz, it might be the injuries?
I think that's why he's gun shy. I think his hands brittle now.
Flowz, for me, I'm only attributing it to one thing, Flowz. Step up in competition.
Yes, that's a fact.
For me, I think that's all. I'm not going to speak to no injuries, Flowz. I'm not going to give him that easy get out jail free card.
That's a fact.
Look, for me, Flowz, it's simple. This is the same guy. He's always been trash. We've said it for so many times, Flowz. He's never been good. He's been protected his entire career and fought substandard competition for over 40 fights. Insane. Substandard competition, Flowz. Where he can afford to, because don't forget, against all these guys, Flowz, Wilder's getting outboxed and outlanded by these guys, by the Gerald Washingtons. They're all cooking him. Up to the point where he lands that right hand. Cool. But when you step up in competition, and we said this against Fury, we said, Wilder, there's no going back to the Gerald Washingtons and the Spilkers. You stay at this level. You have to stay at this level. You have to. He got exposed, Flowz, when he stepped up in competition. It's shameful that it took so long for it to happen. But it's been done now, and he has truly been exposed. He's gun shy because he knows that, this ain't no Gerald Washington. If I throw this right hand out of, just out of nowhere, swing and miss, these men are good enough to actually punish me and catch me.
I don't think he knows that. I don't think he's smart enough to.
Nah, yeah. I thought
I
he
think he's
knows that.
deluded. I think he's deluded enough to think that, yeah, he can beat these people.
What, just by that, just off
Yeah,
landing that one
the
shot.
same way. The same way. I think he believes he can beat these people, but I don't know. Look, you're right. You're spot on. He stepped up
Bro.
to a level that he's avoided his whole career, and it was no
And
going
been
back.
cooked.
Yeah.
Cooked. Fury, obviously Joe Parker, Zhang, all destroyed him, Flowz. They've all cooked him.
Yep.
All cooked him. To me, it's the same
Exactly.
Wilder, Flowz. He's just up against better competition now. A slight step up. Like these are like, apart from obviously Fury's world level, obviously world class, one of the best in the world. Joe Parker operated
Former
at
world
world
champion.
level, former world champion. So yeah, you could say that as well. Zhang's never been champion, but he can hang with these lot. You know what I mean? So that's all there is to it for me, Flowz. He stepped up in competition and he's been torched for doing that. And we always knew it was going to happen. It's only a matter of time. It's just annoying that it took so long.
Mm-hmm.
This should have been happened.
All the pretending, calling out AJ, that was pure pretending.
Pure
That
pretending.
was pure.
And when it happened, Flowz, I said on this pod that I think that's going to be the biggest regret of his career because you had £100 million on the table there and then to fight Anthony Joshua, and you turned it down. You ducked. Career high money. You ducked. So, anyways, look, he would have been found out anyways. But AJ would have stomped him. I've said from day one.
Yep.
So, yeah, man. Good riddance, Flowz. I hope this is it. I have no business seeing this guy in a boxing ring again, Flowz. He's not enjoyable to watch because he doesn't want to throw punches. I said I cussed Broner out for doing it. What use is a boxer doesn't want to throw punches, Flowz? Doesn't want to throw anything. He just pulls with a jab and looks scared. Get him out of there, man.
Do you think?
I know you're going to ask. I say all these comments about brother Malik Scott ruining him. Because you look, that's all I was seeing, Flowz.
Yeah.
All the comments were saying from fans, Malik Scott has ruined Deontay Wilder. He's ruined him. You lot are all silly. It's the same Wilder. Malik Scott hasn't done anything. In fact, the only thing I would say, brother Malik, I don't know why you keep trying to teach this guy how to box. He's not going to learn. I've been seeing the clips and stuff. Brother Malik is there. Malik was there saying, "No, you don't." He said, "We don't want to rock him, sock him. We want get on the outside and fight on the jab." Brother Malik, please. Aleppo's never going to change his spots, Flowz. We've said from day one, if it's like the age he's at and the fact that he's 50 fights in or whatever, and relied on that one right hand his entire career, this man is never going to download boxing IQ ever. He's not going to be that guy, Flowz. He's never. So, brother Malik, you're wasting your time trying to get this guy to jab on the outside. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
What I was going to say, look, you're right. I don't think it's brother Malik's fault because he's always been trash. I think the best we've seen Wilder was in the first 2-3 rounds in the Fury rematch. Maybe.
Yes, where he was jabbing to the body and
jabbing
moving
to the body,
around. Yeah.
Fainting.
Flowz, we were shocked, but we said, look, after a couple of rounds, he would go back to his usual start, and he did.
Yeah. What I did want to ask is, a lot of people have been throwing blame on brother Malik, but a lot of people have been saying his biggest mistake was letting go of Mark Breland.
Mark Breland, facts.
Who is a great trainer.
Yep.
And even under Mark Breland, at least Wilder was letting go of that 1-2.
Yeah.
More frequently. He was definitely letting go of the 1-2 more frequently. Maybe because he was fighting soup cans. But yeah, you feel no impact? Mark Breland wouldn't have helped him in any of these?
Again, nope. He sort of got caught. Bro, it's the same Wilder. Look, yes, would he looked a bit better? Probably, yes, because Mark Breland is a highly respected trainer, highly respected boxing IQ. Insane the way he treated him, by the way. Insane. Yeah. We're still seeing boys like JD. JD is still there, who no one knows what he does. No one knows his pedigree, but he's still in the cut. But same result, Flowz. Would have got his ass knocked out and would have got his ass beat up by Joe Parker, even with a Mark Breland in this corner. Because this is Deontay Wilder, Flowz. He is just not good. He's never been good.
And he doesn't listen.
Doesn't listen.
He doesn't listen.
In retrospect, you could say he probably overachieved in his career. Probably, yes, because things were put in place for him and cherry picks here and there, and he was protected and whatnot. And to be honest, for him to even make it as a champion, fair play. Because with his skill set, Flowz, from day one, I've said that his skill set shouldn't be anywhere near world level or world title level, and he somehow bagged himself a title, and he's defended that. He put bombs on seats because he knocked everyone out. He was exciting to watch. He's very charismatic. But at the end of the day, Flowz, this guy cannot box. And he will get found out when he faces actually good boxers. And we see that now. So good for me, it's good riddance, Flowz. I don't know why you still want to see I guess you want to see AJ kill him, that's why. But it's not gonna I can't like Flowz, it's not even gonna give me any like satisfaction. AJ's doing
I
what
don't
he's meant
mind
to
it.
do.
I don't mind anyone. Stick around. Anyone.
Maybe Dylan White will give him some more satisfaction, but even that White could lose that. I can't lie, but I don't know. Actually,
But no, anyone now. I don't mind if it's AJ, if it's anyone. Just stick in with anyone. I need more. I need more.
How many? How much you want to see in Flowz until like how many more knockouts do you want to see? Flip it out.
I want to see more. I need more.
Damn, Flowz. That's a real up for real.
Keep him about. We need more. It's not over.
Nah, Flowz.
Ngannou. If you lose to Ngannou, yeah, set up. If it got that, Wada, if it got it, yeah. Oh my goodness.
That's crazy. That is crazy. If a rookie knocks you out,
you know what? Set up.
You know what?
Because if you lose Wada,
I can see you know what? I can allow that actually. Ngannou, not JJ, not White, Ngannou Wada. Let's see something.
Yikes.
Yeah,
because you're officially finished it. We're stripping away all your accolades.
But Flowz, if Ngannou beats Wilder, that's a big L for boxing, you know. That's an L for boxing.
Nope, not for me. Not for me.
He's not my man.
He's never been a boxer to me. This guy, another thing, Wilder's never been interested in boxing.
Never.
It's a fact.
Yeah.
He done it for noble reasons.
Yes, amazing reasons.
Very noble. And he was blessed with a powerful right hand.
Yeah.
But he says he don't like the sport.
Yeah.
I've never seen him run. I don't think I've ever seen him hit a speed bag.
we're seeing the most odd training set, the hat.
We see him do 360s in the ring for some reason.
Bro.
Twirling, and he really twirled.
He's ass 12 for real. Yeah, man.
So look, go do acting or whatever. But if you want to stick around, yeah.
In fact, Flowz, if I'm one of these these young bucks, these guys up and coming, I'm calling out Wilder now.
Big baby Anderson was calling him out.
I'm calling him out now because that is my name up in lights straight away if I knock this guy out. Yeah. If I'm these young, Okoli, call him out. No, I'm being serious. Okoli should. I think even Brazil, do you want revenge? Nah, Brazil's a bum. I don't know about that. Yeah. In fact, if I'm Stavern them, man, try and get your lick back. Washington, all them, man. Let's go.
Now, if he does that, he's stinky. If he goes back and fights one of them, man, that's smelly.
He has no choice. He has no choice. Who else is there for him? They're all going to beat him. Flowz. Hrgovic kills him. Dubois kills him.
I need it.
Joyce kills him. They're all going to kill him.
Dylan White, I need it.
Chisora? If I'm Chisora, I'll call him out.
Yeah.
Even Bellew had beef with him. Bellew, come out of retire and beat him up if you want. Bellew bet him, but he said, you know what? Forget that.
Yeah.
Bellew was too funny. But yeah, man, crazy, man. Yeah, man, it was satisfying seeing him take that L again, Flowz. I can't lie. Obviously, this guy annoyed me too much growing up. I mean, over the years. Yeah, so I'm happy to see him take that L, man. He's trash, man. He's trash. Get him out of here.
And now the Americans realize too, anyway.
Yeah. Anyways, we tried to tell them. Yeah, the Untitled Chapter chapter hopefully is closed for good. Well, Flowz wants a couple more, but I'm happy for it to be closed for good. Well done, Zhang. Yeah, again, he might be fighting AJ potentially as well. He said he wants AJ next. He's put himself in position. Again, if that's a fight next for AJ again, Flowz, I'm not too worried. I think AJ also. Zhang's a four-round fighter. So I fully trust AJ. Look, none of these men to me are chatting to AJ apart from Fury and Usyk. Yeah. Like I said, Flowz, these three are clear to me. And there's a space in between now for someone just underneath, which we thought was going to be Hrgovic. He's lost now. It might be Dubois. Could be Big Baby Anderson if he gets his act together. But there's a gap for someone to now step up to see who gets to their level. But those front three Flowz, clear everyone else, man. Like comfy clear, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, great card Flowz. Enjoyed that. Yeah. stinker for Matchroom. They're going to do it again for sure. Hearns already said they've already started talking about the rematch. So when that time comes, Flowz, let's see what we can pull out the bag, because there's more fighters on both rosters. But massive win for Queensbury, Flowz. I don't think anyone expected a Queensbury sweep. I feel like all the clean sweep talk was on Matchroom side, if there was any.
Yeah.
So for Frank, Flowz, we got to give respect to Frank. He's been there, he's done that. He's a wily old veteran. There's a lot of people saying that Eddie Hearn is a great promoter, Flowz, but not a good matchmaker. Maybe,
Well, I don't know about that, because Matchroom have the most world champions.
Exactly. I'm not going to go that far, but yeah, man. Frank still knows his stuff, I think, and he's still got gems in his company, which is good.
Yeah, I do think because before this fight got announced, or this card got announced, we looked at the head-to-head between Matchroom and Queensbury.
Yeah. And Matchroom was up.
Yeah, Matchroom was up, kind of clear. I feel, obviously, if you're picking the best from each of these stables at the weights, then Matchroom, like Bivol versus Willie Hutchinson, who's winning that? Really, truly.
Yeah,
and then if you're rolling out, they've got Felix Cash versus Hamza Sheeraz. That could be interesting.
Cash hasn't fought like a year and a half. He's due to fight.
He's fighting soon.
He's due to fight in 2 weeks. Yeah, Tiny Denny, but he's been. But back then, now it was more close. But right now, Hamza's clear now, because Cash has been out the ring for a while.
So. But I'm just saying, they have. It seems it was Queensbury's best versus.
Yes. Okay. I see what you're saying.
Matchroom's
second best, maybe.
Callum Smith versus.
Well, no, it'll be he's light heavy, no? So
against Hutchinson.
Yeah. Callum Smith. Callum Smith. Okay. Yeah.
You see how things, but yeah. Anyway,
Callum Smith, I swear he's basically gonna retire anyways. But anyways, I think he's done. I think he's stepped out. Yeah.
But yeah, they can run it. They can run it again.
Yeah.
Make it more interesting. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I definitely want to see it.
Best everywhere is the what? Queensbury's best. Oh, actually.
Well, it's Fury. It's Fury. It's Fury versus AJ. Let's be real.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, great cards. Other promoters, I see them all interested in replicating.
Yeah, so, good. That's good though. That's good. That's what we want to see. Again,
for sure.
Shout out to His Excellency. Did the damn thing again.
Say boxing, man.
Biggest G, where he was handing Dimitri's kids as well. He said, "Come here, come here." Yeah, Joker, man. Just before we close off those, just worth mentioning, I think, your man AB is fighting on Friday against Blair Cobb. Don't really know who the guy is. I just saw that this Cobb guy has done quite a lot of antagonizing towards AB, which just makes a nice change. I think he actually riled AB up as well, funny enough. So like, he seems like a talker himself. It's rare to see someone who's going to out-talk AB, but this Blair Cobb guy seems to be trying. So shout out to him.
Yeah, you're calling him Cobb.
Is it Cobb or what is it?
Cobbs.
Oh, I'm doing what Americans do. Yeah, Cobbs. Sorry, Cobbs.
This Blair Cobbs has been talking for time. He's basically like the new Rolly Romero. He's been talking, trying to get himself in the mix. But I've seen him get stopped before, so that should have been nipped to the bud. But he's the one who fought Maurice Hooker most recently.
Okay.
And I think since then he's been talking.
Sir. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Because I see him calling out Ryan Garcia, calling out different. I think Spence, he even called out Spence and stuff. And Spence was mocking. So he's talks bare. But AB, you got to throw punches. That's all I got to say.
Stand, baby.
Throw punches, please.
And also worth mentioning, Flowz, as well. Just this, what we've seen. I don't even talk about quickly. Just the yard Queensbury back and forth, Flowz. It's still messy. Obviously, this contractual dispute has stopped the Brightsea yard fight, which was probably due to happen this year. It still seems to be there's some issues. Yard is saying that he's out of his contract and he's a free agent, whilst Queensbury are claiming that he's still got one more fight and needs to honour it. So that's worth keeping an eye on, Flowz, to see how that goes down. But it's a shame we're seeing that because it's stopping Yard from fighting. And we know that the WBO did initially order Yard versus Buatsi, but Yard asked WBO to remove himself from that because he's dealing with a contractual dispute with Queensberry. So that's a big shame. What?
Yes, look, they ordered a fight.
Yeah.
He didn't respond, apparently, they said.
Right.
He didn't, or he initially said something and then he didn't respond to the final call. And then today he says he's a free agent, so he can do whatever fight he wants. So why didn't you do that fight there? Because he would have gone to passport bids, or he would have been fighting on Sky. I don't know. It's all messy. It's shades of what we've seen at other promoters, but it seems to be unfolding on social media. And Tunde Ajayi's been quiet, but I'm sure he's going to speak soon as well.
Yeah, surprisingly been very quiet. Obviously, Yard must have told him to just chill because he needs an invitation to talk, does he?
Yeah, I think get the mic in front of Tunde, get the mic in front of Yard, and it's because Frank spoke on it, and Frank doesn't seem too happy. But it's from Yard and Tunde.
And funny enough, Flowz, I don't know if you saw a Cody's interview recently, but he's trying to piece up back with her, you know.
Swear.
So obviously he was at the fight, Saudi. So he was saying how maybe not just on a. He hinted that he's basically his contract with boxers coming to an end, so he's an upcoming free agent. So he was saying how obviously he's listening to offers and whatnot, and he's entertaining offers, but he wants to piece up with Hearn on a personal level because obviously he regrets how it went down. Obviously, you remember Cody said some things that weren't very nice, which Hearn was fuming with. But Hearn was like, he forgives and forgets. He's an easy guy to get along with, and he's happy to piece up with him on a personal level. But obviously, the interview asks, would he be interested in re-signing Cody? And Hearn was like, looking at the landscape and whatnot, and just, the Cody and his style and stuff. He said right now he doesn't think he can service him, so he wouldn't re-sign him. Basically, saying no. Basically, he's not going to help him. He can't really. But he said that's based on just, I guess, how tough it was to promote him in the first place. Obviously, he says they did an amazing job with him, but he was very hard to promote in the first place due to his style and whatnot.
Lost money on him is what he would. He's always said.
Yes. So but he's happy to piece up on a personal level. He said he's happy to do that. That's fine. But on a maybe working with him right now, he says it's not the best move for his business. So yeah.
Still, who else could he can be promoted? Maybe a one-fight deal. Yeah, if he's up at heavyweight, I'm telling you, people hate watch nowadays too much.
That's what Hearn to that heavyweight. He reckons he's gonna because he obviously hits hard, and he reckons his style will translate much better to the heavyweights compared to the other.
I don't know about translate better, but I know people tuning in. I know the business makes more sense at heavyweight. People hate watch, and people watch to see Cody get knocked out.
It's true.
Look, I like Okoli. I'm a fan of him.
Yeah,
but he doesn't warm the crowds, and they'll tune in to see him up against a heavyweight who they think could knock him out.
True. Yeah, fair point. Well, we'll see how that goes. But very interesting that he could potentially be leaving Boxer so quickly. But again, I don't know. Boxer may have lost money on him too. I don't know, but we'll see. Cool, Flowz. I think we can put it there. Very comprehensive episode. This has been episode 198 of Shut Season Podcast. I'm your boy Cam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And as always, guys, you know where to find us. Peace.
You take it a strap. I'm strapped up.
What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.